Okay, I guess it's going to be an ace hero, and then so Lycan maybe played mid, like we saw earlier. Or 3-3, actually. He's a very micro-heavy player.
Yeah, he's played a lot of off. That being said, we probably will still see the Lycan in the mid lane up against the Viper. But I think you are right that it probably will be 33 that plays it.
Yeah. I would guess that
and
for sure.
To be honest, I wouldn't hate a Fata Huskar here.
Against the Break of Viper?
Yeah, it's not great, but at the same time, it would give them just that like really ridiculous early pushing time.
Wyvern, Viper, I don't know. Huskar just seems like a stretch. There's other heroes that could still kind of flow with that, I think. You don't. I mean, DK. I mean, DK for themselves.
That's true.
Well, really good.
Again,
the break, yeah.
Yeah, this break mechanic, something else. Let me tell you.
Freaking Viper. Timbersaw. Well, the break.
I don't hate Timbersaw.
No, they want to go Timbersaw here.
10 seconds remaining.
Actually, Timbersaw for Kaban may not be a horrible idea.
5 seconds remaining.
No, never mind. They need some kind of hard carry. Working with the Viper strategy, you need that true carry to work with. And Ninjas in Pyjamas is thinking about who that is. Phantom Assassin is still there.
I almost like Sven just because you don't have to wait to get the cleave mechanic. Like any other carry, you're gonna want to get a Battle Fury on, you would assume, because you need more wave clear. But Sven, you just have cleave built into your hero, and it also is pretty good at bursting heroes like more, Lycan, etc.
I actually like a Phantom Lancer route. They do not have a lot of ways to deal with all these illusions, Morphling, Lycan core.
Dire team pick.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a matter of whether they would have enough time to pull it off. But PPD does agree with you. The PL is banned.
Han minds think alike. So mid hero here for Fata. Puck. I haven't seen a lot of Puck, but maybe that's a hero that wouldn't be bad here.
10 seconds.
Remember, he probably will be playing it in the off lane as well.
5 seconds remaining.
Why?
What? Because we're thinking that 33 is going to play the Lycan in the mid against the Viper.
Were we thinking that?
I was thinking that.
You want to avoid the Bat Rider. Kind of goes to that matchup earlier, yeah. If he's in the off lane, though, there's the lanes are going to be interesting.
Brewmaster.
Ooh, it's Brew. Okay.
So maybe it will be Ace. No,
it's going to be
maybe Fata on the Lycan then, or Fata Brew.
It could be Fata Brew. Yeah, that's
Fata did play off lane recently, and he did play quite a bit of Brew, I think. So
is that good against Viper though? I don't know. That's
or is it no? It actually could be. I think it might be a
support Brew
and then an off lane Nature's Prophet.
That too. That seems like a much better matchup. And then you can Lycan safe or wherever, try to avoid the Bat Rider. Yeah, we'll see who plays what, but
you may now select your heroes.
That's a hard carry. Skitter Spectre.
Okay, so Soxa picks up.
It is Fata Brewmaster.
Fata Brew. Okay. Cool.
All right, here we go. Game 1 of this best of 3 series, semifinal matchup here in the Western bracket. Looking at what we have now, Biver, of course, on the Bat Rider as a support.
Played that a couple times yesterday, I think, as well.
Yeah. Has his actual name today. How is Spectre here? Spectre, I suppose Spectre's Brewmaster with the Purge. I mean, it's not that crazy, I suppose. It's not like other illusion-based heroes. Because of how spread out they'll probably be, and he's going to activate quickly with a Haunt, but still.
Yeah, I mean, Spectre is very strong if you can delay the game, and Kaban does have pretty good tools to delay the game with the Wyvern and Underlord. It also gives them multiple things to be global to match the Nature's Prophet with the Haunt and the Underlord ultimate as well. Dark Rift. I think it's going to be a little bit of a struggle to deal with all these summons for the Spectre. You know, he's going to have to get that Radiance to deal with that. And once he gets that, though, he still is going to need a couple more items to survive against what you would expect to be a pretty strong Morphling game.
Yeah. Look at the odds
Not
right
very
here.
much lockdown.
That's something that could be an issue, yeah. The odds heavily favoring NIP, one of the more one-sided matchups we've seen. Can't say I'm surprised. Kaban, though, 4.48 for every dollar. Not too bad there as far as the odds look. If you want to place said wager, head over to 1xbet.com, and you can do so. But this is game one of this best out of three now. And the Spectre pick, it's a bit of a risky one, but in your team that is perhaps outmatched going into it, you could argue you're fine taking these risks. And if it pays off, of course, works very well. Hell, we just saw Empire beat Na'Vi 2-0 and pretty decisively. So
yeah, definitely.
I really do not expect a similar performance here, but you never know.
Yeah, I mean, they are Dota players after all. You would imagine that on the side of Kaban probably don't look at themselves as lower players. You know, that's usually the Dota player mentality.
No.
But if you are a lower tier player, or a lower tier team rather, you probably want to focus on comfort if you are playing a team that you think might be, you know, better than you across the board.
Yeah. Ooh, NIP is going to get 3 bounty runes pretty easily even. They choose not to contest down here at Kaban. They kind of just safely take their own. So, a little bit of a give up there. NIP will gladly accept it. They make it that 3-for-1. Skitter, again, he's setting up the bottom lane of Spectre. You have movement already from Wyvern, who's going to run all the way to the top lane. We'll join the Underlord. Look at this Nature's Prophet, though, already zoning out Underlord quite a bit. Peter Pandam going to spread here as the Firestorm comes out, but going to get some nice right clicks in. But DK Phobos, he's manning up. He's like, you know, I'm not going to let you just bully me. He's got a Wyvern coming. And we'll be here to assist now. That free farm is safe to say for the Morphling right now. Gladly accepts what's going on. In fact, going in on Phobos there, but only level 1.
Yeah, this is going to be one of those lanes where I think Kaban's going to have to focus more on just kind of shoving the wave and then side pulling that camp, because Underlord is a hero without a very high armor total. And Morphling and Prophet are both some of the heavier hitters during the laning stage.
I got the split screen action. Oh, left one a little off. Take a look at that mid lane again, 3-3. He's taking some good damage here. I'm assuming he's got like a salve or something, some regen. Of course, Feral Impulse also helping. Yeah, we talked when we saw the Lycan in the earlier game. We mentioned the Howl and how it's you can argue he definitely got a decent buff over time the way it works now with the armor, the regen.
He's trying to dive this courier right now in the mid lane, but unable to get it with the wolves.
Oh, is that what he's doing?
Yeah.
Resummons them back. Wait, what time are you at? I'm at 2 minutes, 2:01. Are we at the same?
Sorry. No, it was 9 that was trying to die.
Oh, okay. Whew. Confused there. Oh, ooh, haste rune from Saksa. Rotating in, but 9, he sees that.
And not a whole lot of kill potential with just a Lycan at level 3 and a Shadow Shaman.
Force back to the bottom lane. Still has the haste rune, but it wears off at the last second. And Batrider with the Firefly. He'll be good. Just walks away. CS, Morphling 14-7. Oh, bottom lane, Skitter. Shackled up. Thunderclap to slow him down. Get some auto attacks in. Batrider can only do so much here. Apply the sticky napalm. That's the best he can really do, but the shackles come out.
Oh, another one, yeah.
And it is going to be enough. Saksa draws first blood. Now Biver gonna go for a turn kill. 4 stacks and napalm. The Firefly, they get the one, and he might get 2. Yeah, that burn's going to be real. Fatsa absolutely just melts and double kill for Biver. So making the best of a bad situation.
Yeah, you know, it's not the worst thing in the world. Free trip back to base for Skitter. He's going to be able to pick up some more regen. And Biver's going to start off with a bottle. So he is a lot more farmed than he would be otherwise.
Yeah, Biver, of course, usually more the farm priority player over Cinderin. And he's going to make use of that there, like I said, with the bottle pickup from the secret shop. Bounty rune's coming in a minute and a half. And here's Viper. This is what we've been seeing so much of today. I can't say I watched a lot of the Viper matches at ESL, etc., but I assume there was probably a similar story there. Again, with the Nether Toxin able to just farm in the jungle so nicely that take full advantage of it. It's kind of like a Terror Blade, you know. He uses a couple of metamorphoses in the landing phase early on, then eventually makes his way to the jungle. Just goes at it. So no different here. But that Morphling is having a great time, 25 and 15. Morphing into Viper, how good is that? I'm just thinking about that. It's probably, it might be okay. Poison there, you can throw that another toxin yourself. And actually, yeah, using it to break the Radiant team. Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah, breaking the Spectre is huge.
That is, okay. Yeah, we might see a bit of that coming into play with that Morphling pick.
Yeah, that, of course, the Winter Wyvern Arctic Burn is another thing that you see Morphlings look to take pretty often because it gives them that massive attack range and a free Scotty, basically.
Yeah. Speaking of Cinder, and he's back now and still trying to deal with this Nature's Prophet. NP with the creep pull. Going to go all the way almost to the tier 2 tower. But that does mean Morphling continues to just absolutely, and he's one of the best heroes at farming under a tower because of his agility shift.
Yep, Ace off to a very nice start.
Yeah, 30 and 17. That's without any jungle going on. Phobos and Pandam are really duking it out, but 5-minute bounty runes, that's why. Peter doing a good job of protecting it. And once again, we'll make it a 3-for-1. Biver was able to bottle up his, though. And he's going mid. Nobody's mid lane right now. Mid lane is literally empty at 5 minutes in. But Batrider's actually making his way over to be like, okay, I guess I'll soak some farm. Bottom lane, Skitter. Once again, shackled up. There's a thunderclap. So much damage, including the crit. But he is able to use a Spectral Dagger and get through the trees.
Yeah, both mid players have just completely evacuated the lane. Content to just farm jungle camps instead. And so it is a very good rotation for Biver to take the free farm.
Yeah, somebody on the Dire side.
Yeah, seriously, somebody on Dire needs to go there and get it. They're just sacrificing a lot of early farm.
To the left, Wyvern goes down. Saw it happening on the mini-map. They engaged, and sure enough, Wyvern gets taken out. Viper going for the turn kill, but TP out. Means Nature's Prophet's fine. Does look like Lycan has somewhat returned, but again, this is actually a unfriendly matchup for him, so he doesn't necessarily want to be matched up against a Batrider. Bring Viper back, please. Skitter.
Yeah, and actually, this may be a really big deal going forward because Biver is almost level 5, and Saksa, his counterpart on the other side, is only level 3.
Yeah. Yeah, good rotations. That's both, again, not often both mid players will ban him for the jungle, but Kaban picked up on that first. Skitter, again with a Spectral Dagger, is going to just barely get enough in here. He's kind of toying with them. Saksa continuing to try to just dive and find him, but unable to connect. And so he's just really soaking up experience. At least Spectre's not getting farm. That's a positive for NIP. But getting the levels.
Again, mid lane completely vacated. There's just nobody there.
That's crazy. It honestly is baffling that that's happening. But these are two very quality teams, and they're just leaving mid lane. Yeah, Sox actually TP's mid now. He's like, all right, I'm gonna try to soak some experience now. Top lane, Phobos. Waveform in, couple more auto attacks, and down goes Underlord. Here comes 3-3 with that shapeshift. Nice job at the Centaur stop, so he's got the helm of the Dominator. Ends up getting a second kill. So 4,000 net worth lead, 5,000 even for NIP. It's ticking up there. Jeez. Okay, this is accelerating quickly.
Yeah, 2 early tower kills, pretty much uncontested, and the free farm on this Morphling as well, making a big difference. 33 also had basically just been farming the off-lane Radiant jungle and just waited for Phobos to show before using that shapeshift to go get the 2 kills.
Nice, you fought it down here, pushing up in the lane against that Spectre, who's really behind. And with the way we've been seeing, I wonder if he actually is going to go that whole Lifestealer style build of the Radiant, or the Midas in the Radiance, even, or if he's going to try to just get right at this point. Maybe he'll just, you know, go drums, something else.
Yeah, drums, Manta. I don't know. Go for a later Radiance. I don't think he has the luxury to go for Radiance right now, based on how this game's going.
Yeah. Cinderin, he was flying a little too close to danger. And just get a simple shackle, and Lycan runs him down. Does have boots even, so even his normal form, he's pretty fast. See Batrider sitting bottom lane, maybe trying to wait for some kind of setup down there. Doesn't really have much to work with, though. Speaking of drums, Ace actually gets his own drums on Morphling.
Some early stats. Pretty nice.
Viper rushed a Rod of Atos. No Wraith Bands. Going right into it. And he's
getting
gonna be
wrapped on.
Collapsed here. Yeah, 9's dead. NIP is just moving so well. Just,
wow.
Going exactly where they need to be. 6,000 net worth lead now. This is going to be a mid lane push.
Brown Boots Atos.
Yeah.
That really does look like a pub build if I've ever seen one.
I don't get it. Like why?
I think, well, he realizes that if they don't have the Atos, it's very hard for them to deal with both the Morphling and the Lycan in fights. Yeah. They have extremely low lockdown.
True.
But
man,
being punished by just the speed.
Stats are lacking. Cinderin, eventually, the Sprout even misses, but it is just too much chase. They're not getting any support. NIP's just going wherever they please right now. And it doesn't seem like Kaban could do a lot to stop it. But, taking over the map. The Batarins, they got 2 of them at least for Kaban, but that is a mid-tower kill. You see the 7,000 net worth lead. Fata. I don't know why I said it like that. Fata. Fata.
You fancy, Breaky. You fancy.
Oh, Fata. He's got a Vlad's coming. And, of course, that'll help that much more for grouping up and doing the push game. As mid lane Ace, you see some damage coming out, but he's shifting into strength. Not a big deal. He ain't scared.
Just Spectre.
Yeah. I was going to say, it goes back to Spectre. How do you
Very
farm?
easily punished for picking this hero.
Oh, they're wrapping around again. 9. A lot of Atos ain't going to save him here. Puts on the Viper Sting, but Ace, Shift is used, and he'll be good. 3-3, though. He's collapsed on and actually will die. So good find there from Kaban. A response, really. Making the best of that situation.
Yeah, Batrider is going to have to do a lot more of that, finding these pickoffs, and preferably finding pickoffs like the Lycan over and over, because he is the main engine for their sieging at the moment.
Oh. I just keep seeing this Spectre net worth, man. It is depressing. Come on, needs that to get up somehow. Although bottom lane, NIP just keeps the pressure up down here. Saksa, he's gone on. Has some support kind of nearby. He throws on the wards, puts up the shackles. He dies shortly after, though, so not the longest hold. Fada's coming in. Pops a Primal Split. Gonna go for a catch, lifts up the Wyvern. Not doing the most damage to 9, though, so I don't know if this is going to work out. Although Sprout comes out. Here comes Morphling. Ace is ready to fight better. Cold Embrace saving Viper for now. Cinderin likely will die in the end. He does have a curse. Yeah, he is actually going to get it off on Ace, so maybe not die so much. In fact, Fada is now in trouble as he comes back together. The Pit of Malice initially locking him down. The Firestorm burn, and he goes down. 3-3's here, though, with the Shapeshift. He's looking for kills. Pops Hal, the double damage. He runs out. He's not sure, actually. He chooses not to dive this. Considering how that started, Kaban has actually played this very well. Ace? Oh, man. He has to waveform away. All right, so NIP diving a little too much past the Tier 2 tower. They don't lose a lot in response, though.
But relatively good hold. They did have to use, you know, Curse and all of their resources, including Haunt. But I think if you just save your Tier 2s for, you know, once or twice, you're going to be in a much better spot.
Where's Kaban? There we go. Wyvern has wards, and that's it. Struggle's real for Mr. Cinderin this game, let alone his cores. Obviously, NIP again continues to just take over the map. And as long as they play a methodical game, they should be fine.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
There's health regen talent picked up for Spectre. So, he's level 10. There's that.
Help with farming, staying on the map longer, showing up the fights with more HP. All good things for a Spectre.
Vlad's for Underlord. Wants to pick it up here eventually. Might go for the full Vanguard first, though, at this point. Looks like, but yeah, they can use their own auras. 8,000 net worth lead, though, for NIP as we're 14 minutes in right now. Batrider. Viper's been playing well. Trying to get that Blink Dagger online for the team. But 9, just farming the jungle. He's assuming he has a little bit more than just the Rod of Atos now. His net worth is it's okay.
Oh my god.
Morphling, though.
Cinderin literally has no item.
Yeah.
0.
He used his last ward, I saw that.
Oh my god. Trying to out PPD.
Level 2 Necronomicon finished on Lycan. Meanwhile, Morphling, you see he's going to Lincoln's.
Yep.
Are dealing with the Batrider.
And the Curse, the only two things that can really lock him down.
Lycan, 3-3's going in. He wants the kill. Is he going to get lasted, though? He sure is. He ran into a bit of a trap here, it feels like. Viper stings up. 3-3, the Curse on him is going to be beat down by his minions, and 3-3 will eventually burn. So, good fight there so far for the Radiant, but Morphling showing up. Cinderin, Cold Embrace, Adaptive Strike, though, goes right through it. So, 1 for 1. I
feel like 9 needs to just get out of there.
Yeah, actually didn't go too bad considering. It was a good job with the lasso and taking advantage of 3-3, kind of just running at you right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. As long as they're taking these fights away from their towers, that's a more than acceptable trade. Again, it is this Lycan who is being relied upon for NIP to keep the early pressure on these towers. And it's hard for them to actually take the tier 2s without him.
Sorry. To go, I don't know if it's worth it, but okay, guys, we know Rod of Atos is a thing on Viper. We've been casting it these last couple of days even. We're saying that literally rushing it with brown boots is usually not a thing. Usually you at least get a couple of Wraith bands, some more stats, but yes, Rod of Atos is a thing on Viper. Back to the game. 1xbet.com. You can bet on the odds showing up on your screen. You like the odds there. It's heavily favoring NIP still. 8,000 net worth lead right now. As Wyvern has boots, so he can move a little faster now. How's that going for him? Going a circle on his side. A couple of their jungles. Kaban, there's no secret to what their game plan is. It's just they're kind of just forced to play very defensive right now and just try to let Spectre farm the little bit of the map that they currently do have. And they haven't clicked on Spectre in a while, so I'm not sure. Do we know what he's going for?
Spectre has a Manta queued up. He's just about done with the Yasha. think it's coming out to the courier here shortly.
Okay. So he's
which makes a lot of sense. 2 Wraith Bands, Trez into a Manta allow him to actually participate in some of these fights, which is what he's going to have to do. And from there, you can kind of decide: do you need more tankiness, do you need more damage, or can you actually go for that Radiance?
Ace doing a bit of counter warding. So just throwing a couple wards there. He's running into the bottom lane. Cinnering going to get hexed up. Arctic Burn, but Morphling, he actually morphed into the Wyvern himself and using the burn. And now he's coming top lane. They're going to go for 9. They want this kill. The Primal Split, 9's in trouble. Yeah, there's the Hex. Peter Pan Dam collapses, so this is the mobility of this team, specifically with the Nature's Prophet, of course, but they had TPs ready. And now they're going to push out the top lane. So they have their biggest lead, 10,000 net worth. Roshan is up. There is a ping over there. Something tells me that could be happening soon for Ninjas in Pyjamas. As it looks like they are heading that way. Brewmaster finishes a Hannah Midas. They commit the wards for this, though.
Wards dropped in the pit.
Viver's checking it. Kaban fighting this seems so risky. Underlord, he throws out the Malice, though, with the Firestorm. That will zone them away for a little bit. As soon as that wears off, though, they're probably going to go back in. And they still have
Kaban
those wards.
is quite good at contesting Rosh with their heroes, but they are definitely very under-leveled right now. Synderen with literally less than 1,000 net worth at 19 minutes into the game.
That feels bad, man. Okay, they do hold Roshan. It is enough of a threat. You're right. NIP just doesn't want to risk it kind of deal. Oh, Kaban is going to try to steal it, though. And
any sort of damage at all? I don't really see.
But Roshan was low, so they're going for the risky play. They understand it is, but might as well try a guess. Anyways, Pyjamas coming on either side as Morphling morphing into the Underlord. They get the kill. Aegis is picked up by 9. Cinnamon goes down to the backline. Skidder, he's getting very low in the midst of this. He's going to try to go over the ledge with a Spectral Dagger, waveform through. The Adaptive Strike. Skidder's still alive, though, somehow. They lost Brewmaster in that pit. Finally, they're going to lose Spectre, though, and now 9's in trouble on the Viper. He goes down. Aegis bringing it back up, but definitely makes this Roshan not really worth it in the long run. As Shackle's now connecting. Spectre even buys back. He haunts in. Saksa maybe turned for this, actually. Ace also has to respect the damage as he needs to get away. Adaptive Strike pushback. Does he have a waveform? 4 more seconds, it looks like. Cinneren with the dieback. And the TP for Ace will get him out. So got a little scary there for NIP in the long run. But they take away the Aegis and do pretty well in the fight. I mean, they get several buybacks, so NIP definitely winning there.
Yeah, I think that the play by Kaban was definitely good, because if you give the Aegis to Lycan or the Morphling, like you're gonna lose Rex, like for sure. So denying them the Aegis is super good. I don't really know whether the haunt back in was worth it, although, you know, without the buyback gold penalty, it's not as bad as it could have been a couple of patches ago. Still, the buybacks are going to be pretty important, I think, in the next 15 minutes, as NIP will be looking to take your base pretty soon.
C9 finds his way back into the jungle. He's trying to finish those Guardian Greaves. In fact, the recipe is in the stash, so going to have that delivered shortly. You have Underlord. Vlad's almost finished on him, and he's going to get a Crimson Guard after the fact, which will be great. So if they can get a couple of these Zaras online, and honestly, if Kaban can keep NIP out of their base for the next 10 minutes or so, somehow, then there is hope, it feels like. Spectre will start to come online a bit more. And this Viper finishing Guardian Greaves, obviously a great start. Phobos, okay. It's a rift out. Right in front of them. As he buys the Vlad, so getting back to base. But the map control is the continued issue, however, for Kaban. It's like we can say these things, but it's like, where the hell do you farm?
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Pretty restricted.
Definitely pretty rough.
Wyvern just TP's out. Good call there. He was pushing in the lane as much as he can, but with Lycan showing up, no point to fight. stick around even. Rasta has a blink dagger.
And they also have Nature's Prophet to continue that pressure as well. That being said, the increase in net worth differential has slowed down to some extent. It's not increasing at 1,000 a minute, which is a good place to be.
Yeah, it's gone up a little bit still, but yeah, NIP, I guess that's a positive for Kaban. And slowing down the bleed somewhat. It's just gushing out now, not overflowing to absolute death. So
Yep.
much time you have, but Manta style finished on Spectre. All right. Step one of several to go for Kaban, climbing their way back in. Ooh, look at Brewmaster, though. We saw the Hand of Midas earlier, and he's going to go into a Radiance next. He's just going to be a brawling Brewmaster.
Yeah, still a little ways away from that, but certainly a solid item on the hero. Gives them a little bit of extra damage. Not that they really need it at this point.
Almost got picked up bottom. He's out for 30. Not the longest resurrection, of course, being as what time we're in the game. You saw Morphling morphing into the Underlord Skitter. He just TPs away from Lycan. Good strat.
Yeah, and Shapeshift used for no real benefit other than making the Spectre retreat.
Fada's dead. He could not get off his ultimate. The lasso lockdown did the job. Spectre, he comes in with a Honda as well. Soxa going one direction, Peter Bandam the other. Peter, he's the one collapsed on. And they get 2 kills out of this. So fighting as a team, Kaban, they've been doing a great job of that. Especially around this Haunt and Spectre. Get a couple kills.
So yeah, and those wards were used bottom to kill the Underlords, so you know, another resource that NIP has to actually take towers, not being used to take towers.
And the Batrider having the Blink Dagger, of course, high impact too, and gives them that catch chance. Seen a couple times now. I keep going back to these Underlord as well. The auras being completed, and Kaban feeling that much more comfortable as far as eventual fights that happen. But look at the smoke play from NIP. Maybe realizing that they got to keep some tempo up quite a bit. Moving as a team without Morphling. Trying to catch somebody. They catch Cinderin, not the most ideal target. Primal Split is activated. However, Phobos, he responds with an immediate Dark Rift.
Split is used.
Yeah, that seemed odd. It was before the Dark Rift came out, but that was in reaction. So he used it thinking maybe there was more there. Not the case, though. As top.
Seems like a slight overcommitment of abilities by NIP for stuff that they don't necessarily need to.
Ethereal Blade just finished on Morphling. Jeez.
Okay. Ace is very farmed right now.
Yeah, these big boy items. Also, Lycan, I think he got an AC. He's also really farmed up there on the net worth. So yeah, those are some big items to have at this point in the game, considering what else they have too. NIP, I'm sure, going to try to keep going as Biver. He's kind of wards, but the 4 staff away, and he has Firefly eventually, but he can't activate it. Because big bada boom coming out from Morphling. 9. He's going to lock down, pin and mouse, trapping him in right there. I think that's Morphling using it against him. Skitter trying to run away the best that he can.
Oh, the purge from Lycan
against Lycan. Yeah, purging him over and over again. Nice Winter's Curse stopping Lycan for now, but the Shackle's holding Skitter in place. And Fata's even there trying to finish the job with the Thunderclap. Can't do it, though. Skitter, he's just too tanky. Oh, my God, he finally goes down. Ace jumps in as the Viper and takes him out. Morphing into the Viper. Going for Phobos. Going for the Rampage.
Give him the Rampage.
And just running into the base. All right. Yeah, that's when you know it's pretty one-sided. They're diving past tier 2s, going into the base, and then they don't feel threatened.
Not even a little bit. Ace, level 20. 5,000 net worth ahead of anybody else on the Kaban side.
So they're not going to be able to get that mid tower. They'll clean up the tier 3 though. And yeah, Kaban still giving themselves some hope.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
I'll say the Spectre's farm has moved up there a little bit. Up 10k now and 4th on that list. But then you compare it to Morphling. Still pretty far behind. Look at this. God, Nature's Prophet even is very farmed. With Defiance, Spirit Vessel. Even PPD's doing all right.
That's when you know the game is one-sided.
Yeah, yet another reason. Good old 28-minute power treads for Lycan. After completing the AC, PPD, TP out. Oh, that was a close call. So they get a kill on Nature's Prophet at least. Roshan, it's still going to be about a minute before he's up.
Yeah, still all sets of racks up 28 minutes in against the Nature's Prophet Shadow Shaman Lycan lineup.
Wait a second.
So, silver lining.
Did Morphling get the Morphin and allies? I think he did. Because I'm pretty sure I just saw him as Treant.
Wait, what? Treant?
Or Nature's Prophet. Sorry.
Yeah, he definitely did.
Yeah.
Gives him a global teleport. Are you kidding me?
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
As well as a instant hex. He's got tons of disable. And he also gets the Drunken Brawler, which gives him a 260 damage critical with his ridiculous stats. This is a really good,
a lot of
really
targets.
good time for that talent.
A lot of targets to morph into this game, both in the enemies and allies. Well, the allies, of course, a lot more consistent, and like I said, the Nature's Prophet one especially.
Oh man, and double howl you could have.
True.
100 attack speed and 12 armor. Jesus.
That's actually insane. It stacks, I assume, yeah. That would be something. Anyways, Kaban, they're looking to engage. They're going to run right into them. Will it work? Biver, nope, Blink's happening, and Fada gets caught eventually by the last up of the Hex on a Biver. Fada's melting, though. Can he get the Primal Split off? Yes, he can. The last second Crimson Guard is up with a burst on a Wyvern. He has a curse still. He's TPing back in with the buyback. 3-3 is running after Batrider off to the left. Biver, one more hit's going to do him in, so he does go down. Back to the main fight. Underlord, can he get out? No, the Dark Rift is canceled due to death. Skitter's now in trouble as well. He's going to fall. No buybacks on those 3 heroes. They lost the Viper, too.
Yeah, and they lost it on their side of the map with creep waves into the towers. This is definitely going to be potentially all 3 sets of racks. This should actually just be the game.
Well, the buyback on Viper. Yeah, more like going
so
after
cloudy.
Wyvern. That does look silly. He's just floating on a cloud. All right, I think game 1 is going to be in the bags here. As Kaban's still fighting. He's fighting to the bitter end. But this will be a kill on Viper. That means no buybacks, and that means GG's coming out. So game 1 officially going to NIP, one that was pretty decisive from the very beginning. And although Kaban fought it out respectfully, I think Spectre is just not a hero right now. That was a big part to the draft just not working out, in my opinion at least.
Yeah, I mean, they picked it into a Lycan Nature's Prophet.
True.
Like, you know what they're trying to do, and you still pick the Spectre into it.
Yeah, it was a rough game. Rough game for the Spectre, rough game in general for Kaban, but obviously well played by NIP. Looked good across the board. Morphling ace, he just had free farm that whole game, 12-0-11. He was just doing work at that 20 talent with the allies even, and we saw that coming into play. So, again, just a comfortable game for NIP. And they take the victory. 0-2-23 stat line. That's a fun one for Peter Van Dam.
Not bad. 23 assists. You'll take it.
Yeah, 23 of the 30 kills he was involved in. Nature's Prophet, pretty good for that. But that means that's going to do it for Game 1. Again, 1-0 lead for NIP. Will this be it for Kaban with Game 2 around the corner? Or can they fight back and force a Game 3? That's what we're going to find out on Breaky CPK, joined by Elevated. This is the Tug of War Radiant Edition WePlay tournament. We'll be right back with game number 2.